time for the People's Poll. According to a recent survey, it turns out lockdown has turned us all into nosy neighbours. 41% admit to keeping a closer eye on their neighbours' movements since the pandemic struck. So this week, I thought I'd ask you about the most bizarre neighbours and what they get up to. Now, as always, we had loads of people that got in touch, and some of you are here with me now. Hello, everybody. So, let's talk neighbours. Where should we go first? Caroline.
Oh,
have you got...
Why did I have to be first?
Have you got a neighbour you'll never forget?
I have, yeah. So when we were younger, we used to share like a rear boundary with an older gentleman.
Okay.
And for some reason, he used to like to throw random items of groceries across the fence at us.
Right.
But he used to like to announce what he was throwing before he actually threw it. So some of the lighter items weren't too bad, like tea bags or sponges that he used to throw at us.
Yeah.
But when he used to shout the word potatoes, you knew that was your cue to like kind of take cover because you were about to get hit in the head.
Yeah. Why was he throwing groceries at you?
I think he just assumed that we needed them. It was just the way he used to do it.
What did you do with the food? Did you ever use the tea bag? Ever use the potatoes?
We did make good use of the things that we had. The trifle, not so much. The trifle was kind of excluded on contact, so...
Do you reckon he was trying to feed you up? Or was it an attack?
I hope not. That's just occurred to me now.
How is it only just occurred to you? Like, that's a fucking unusual story, like, as a kid, just be like, potato! Like that, and you're being attacked. You'd be like, oh, I wonder what it means. Did you not go into school and just kind of go, has anyone else got a neighbour that lobs groceries at them?
We assumed he had some kind of magical item that whenever he shouted at it in his hand, it would change form as it came over the fence.
Fucking great.
That was
I love that. It's a great story. Who should we go to next? Jade, tell me about your neighbour. Did he ever throw vegetables at you, Jade?
No.
Were you ever teabagged by him?
No. We had a lovely elderly neighbour in her 80s.
Yeah.
And one day she knocked the door with a bag of books and asked if I wanted them because she was getting rid of them.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, all right then. And I'm stood there with that bag for life looking at these books and she's talking to me about the bins or something.
Yes.
And as I'm looking at them, there's all naked people on the books. And they're all porn books. Like...
Excuse me, Jade.
Never
Jade.
forgotten,
Jade.
things like that.
Jade.
And then
Jade.
finishes what I
Jade.
was saying.
Jade.
And looks
Jade.
at me and says,
Jade.
I wiped them all over.
Jade,
and
Jade, please. Jade, for the love of Christ, please. Hang on. What's happened? Jade.
Yeah.
The thing that got me was porn books. Books. Were these like novels? Like, not porn mags, porn books.
Books.
Yeah. Yep.
About 17, 18 of them.
Yep.
In a bag for life.
Yep.
Yeah. Reading, once touched, never forgotten. But then she said, as she's walking away, she said, I've wiped them all over.
Wow. Jade, please tell me you went into your garden and you just went like that. You saw the kids next door and went, porn book! Lady Charlie's lover! Where are those books now, Jade?
I've still got them.
And
She's like, Glenn, I couldn't get rid of them that way.
sure. Oh, sure. Yeah. You couldn't get rid of them. I mean, in these difficult times, it would be improper of you to try and sell books. I may as well keep all of these books for myself. Have you read any of them, Jade?
Well, he had to flick through them, but no.
There's nothing wrong with that, innit?
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Oh, my God.
Why do you think she gave you the books?
I really don't know. I don't really want to know.
God, my neighbours are so boring compared to you guys. It's amazing. Has anyone ever had, like, a weird request from a neighbour? That always happens all the time. Anybody?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he was straight in there. Gary, nodding straight away. Go on then, Gary, tell me about that.
A few years ago, I mentioned to one of my neighbours that I was going to a Christmas Eve fancy dress party.
Uh-huh.
And I wouldn't be back until the early hours of the next morning. And I was going to go dressed as Father Christmas.
Yep.
As you do for Christmas Eve.
Of course.
The neighbour said, what you could do for me then is, if when you get home, if you look in our lounge window and the light's on, it means the kids have got up early and have gone downstairs.
Yes.
As you're dressed as Father Christmas, could you tap on the window and wave at the kids? So about 4 a.m. the next morning, saw their light was on, so went over there, tapped on the window. Both the kids looked up and started screaming really loudly. What I'd forgotten was that at the party, I'd been standing next to an overly energetic dancer who had smacked me on the nose and I had a really bad nosebleed.
Oh, God.
The beard and the suit, etc. And also an hour after that at the party, I'd been sick. Matted in with the blood, etc. So when I tapped on the window, I looked more like Freddy Krueger than Father. When I talked to the neighbours a couple of days later, it also turned out I'd knocked on the wrong window.
Wowzers. That's a fucking great story. What about Joanna?
Hi, yeah, well, a couple of years ago, my husband and I'd be out shopping. We came home and we could hear this noise in the background, and it was a little noise going, help, help. So we ran out the back.
Yes.
And here's my 87-year-old neighbour stuck on top of my roof of my shed. What she'd done is she'd climbed up a ladder on top of her garage, climbed along the wall, went on top of my shed to steal my pears off my tree.
Holy shit! Nobody was expecting that. So she's like 87. She's like, right, I'm going to have those fucking pears like that. So she escaped. So it's a weird situation for you because you're like, oh my God, old lady in trouble, but thief. What did you do?
Well, my husband had to get a ladder and rescue her, and I was like, if he'd been away, I would have had to phone the fire brigade.
Yeah, fucking hell, that's so funny. 87 though, that's all right.
87, yeah, she's no longer with us now, but yeah, she was very sprightly, she was.
What you should do, you should visit her grave every year, just pop a pear down like that. Well, Katie really enjoyed that moment, you know what I mean? Like that, you pop it pear, but there'd probably be like a passing man who'd kind of go, right, I'm going to throw that at some children. Pear! Amazing story. Right, Katie, we've heard your laugh several times. I'm very excited to talk to you. And let's not muck around. Your laptop has been going all over the shop. It's been fantastic.
Well, it's my phone. It's balanced on top of a Haribo and then on top of a jar at the same time. Yeah.
I love it. I've got to respect that. Do you know what I mean? And none of that. It's like something out of a Wallace and Gromit film. They're like, right, just balance it there. Tell me about your neighbours.
Yeah, it was more like really us.
Okay.
I had a cat called TC, and she was called TC not because of top cat, but because she was a trouble causer. And she used to be able to climb up people's houses' walls.
Yeah, like an 87-year-old lady, yeah.
Yeah, the 87-year-old lady, yeah. But she used to climb through the windows and steal things and bring them back home as gifts.
Really?
And we had the neighbour once capture running out of the window with a vibrator. As an 8-year-old, I answered the door to the neighbour, and the neighbour was like, "Your cat nicked my vibrator. Can I have it?"
Wow. So there were two very mischievous pussies.
And I'm like, "What's a vibrator.
Yeah. But surely you'd let that go, wouldn't you? Like, do you know what I mean? If an animal, like I haven't got a sex toy, but if I had a fleshlight, for example, and I haven't got one. I haven't. No, what men don't, like, women are fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got a sexy vibrator. But like, for example, if I had a fleshlight and a cat nicked it, how unlucky would you be? Like that, you come home, you had a tough day, you think, oh, I'll have a lovely go with my fleshy, and it turned out a cat had nicked it, I'd let that fucking go. I wouldn't be like, knock, excuse me. Your cat has some of my property, thank you very much. Do you know what I mean? And the cat's like, fuck off, it's fine. I would just let it go, buy a new. It's got fucking claw marks in it now. God, I love that, though. What a brilliant story. I think we've learnt so much. Thank you very much. I should say goodbye to all of you. There you go. Thank you very much. Wow.